Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing a little different from my usual travel episodes. We're heading to the supermarket here in Japan to buy some ingredients for one of my favorite Filipino comfort food, which is Sinigang na Baboy. And it's also Yuri's favorite as well. So yes, this is our go-to supermarket. This is just 2 minutes away. It's front of our apartment, so it's pretty convenient. We usually come here to do our grocery shopping. So yes, I'll be picking up the ingredients one by one so that you can see the prices, and this way you'll get an idea of how much it really costs to cook Filipino food if you're living here in Japan. I like this supermarket because it pretty much has everything that we want. And the layout of the supermarket doesn't change. So when you come here, you kind of like know in your mind, or you have like a map in your mind where to go, and you will find the same things at the same place. And that's pretty convenient. So I would say that the meats or meat products are a bit expensive um, if you compare it to the Philippine prices. I'm not familiar with the Philippine prices actually because I've been living in Japan for the past 15 years. Um, but whenever I go back, I honestly don't know if it's the same um, or which one is more expensive. But I feel like Japan prices is still somewhat pricey compared to the Philippines. So I'm guessing 652 yen or plus taxes 702 would be about I think it's going to be about 272.91 pesos, and it's just a block um of pork there. It's not even a kilo. So I think it's still expensive here in Japan. So with the vegetables and yeah, this banana right here is actually from the Philippines. So yeah, of course, sinigang has pork, eggplants. Um, Eggplants, I would say, is pricey. It's 215 yen, and I think that's 83 pesos for 4 pieces. Um, yeah, I think you can buy a kilo in the Philippines at that price, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it can vary. The prices can vary from, um, especially if it's summer. These vegetables are actually cheaper, but during the winter times, the vegetables price is going to actually it's going to increase. So it depends on the season as well in Japan. So we try to cook a lot of a Filipino food like sinigang and pinakbet if it's summer. So whenever we have a sinigang, um, it, we will definitely have leftover vegetables that we can use for pinakbet. So it's usually a series of sinigang and pinakbet. So yeah, I'm trying to like show you guys the different prices here. Yuri is cooking some stuff, so she was also getting some mushrooms for her soup. And yeah, this is the not sure how you call this in the Philippines. It's called ingen in Japanese. I am only familiar with the snake beans, or sitaw in the Philippines, but we don't have snake beans in here. So I use that as a um, as the snake beans. Tomatoes are very expensive here in Japan, as you can see. We actually ended up putting that back and replacing it with a cheaper one. So yeah, okra is 120 peso, 120 yen. So that's 46 pesos in Philippine peso. Yeah. So I'm not sure if how much okra is in the Philippines right now. So yeah, prices can vary. We also have saba, Philippine banana, and papaya. Mangoes are coming from Thailand. That's why I don't buy them. I still prefer the mangoes back in the Philippines. So they would be like random tropical fruits here and there. It's coming from Philippines or Thailand or Mexico, depends on where they're sourcing it from. So yeah, um, watermelon is also popular in summer in Japan, and it's very expensive, I think. The radish, um, or daikon, what they call it in Japanese, it's actually pretty cheap in here, and it's quite big. I think the radish in Philippines is slimmer, right? So and smaller. So yeah, I think the Japanese radish is really quite good. So yeah, in this part, I'm just trying to look for spinach because we don't have. I believe that in the Philippines we use. Yeah, we also use spinach or kangkong, right? We also have that here in Japan, and their kangkong mm, is okay. It's pretty fresh. The vegetables here are really fresh, and they pack it very nicely. And yeah, it's a bit expensive because that's 299 yen. So that's 61 pesos. Oh no, 116 pesos. So yeah, it can be quite pricey with the vegetables and the meat and the other stuff like fish. The Here we got the salmon here, and this one is 344 with taxes, and that's just only two pieces of salmon. So that's 133 pesos. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's cheaper in some other aspects or if it's more expensive. But our total bill is 4,728 yen. 728 yen, yes. And that's 1,838 pesos for the sinigang and Yuri's soup and salmon. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, we're back in the house, and I'm just preparing the ingredients, and I will be start cooking, and cutting the vegetables, getting the pork ready, and slowly putting everything together, for that perfect tangy sinigang flavor. Of course, first off, you need to cook some rice. And yes, at the very end, of course, is the best part of cooking is the eating and tasting it at the end. But before we get there, I wanted to share something a little more personal with you today, about my journey and my life here in Japan. Um, the I first came to Japan back in 2010 on a student visa, 2010. Honestly, my original plan was to go to the US and become a nurse because I graduated in the Philippines, and with a nursing degree, and I did pass uh, the light. I have a license in the Philippines. And but life had a different plan. After studying Japanese for a year in Japan, I decided to just stay here in Japan with my parents. And I realized that I can work here as an English teacher. So I started working as an ALT. And then I thought that different eikaiwas. Eikaiwas is also known as English conversation schools. I so this was back in 2011, and not so many Filipinos working as an English teacher back then. It was quite difficult to um, get that job because Japanese people back then still prefer native English speakers to teach English, of course. And although we Filipinos speaks English, unfortunately, here we are regarded as non-native English speakers. So, yeah, at that time, back in 2011, getting an English teaching job was a bit of a challenge. But um, I was able to overcome that challenge and I started teaching English and with, different eikaiwas. And I even had the chance to teach English to medical students at, Tokyo Metropolitan University. So it was such a rewarding experience being able to, to connect with students, inspiring them and seeing them work hard to pass TOEIC so they could get promotions or opportunities abroad. So yeah, life went on like this. I was working for the past 10 years as an English teacher, and then um, I met my wife in 2017, and we even opened a Japanese restaurant, together in the Philippines back in 2018. Unfortunately, um, our restaurant was affected with the pandemic. Pandemic hit, and the strict policies of um, not being able to go out in the Philippines. It's not the same with Japan. In Japan, you can still go out, dine out, and still eat, but you cannot eat as a group of people. And yeah, but in the Philippines, it's a different story. It was more strict with the policies that they implemented that you can't go out. So the lockdown in Philippines was very strict, and that we had to we were forced to close the restaurant. So that was one of the most the toughest decision that I made in my entrepreneur um, experience, or yeah, in my life. So but in 2018, we also started building our dream home in Tagaytay, and also that those years brought a lot of challenges and unexpected life-changing moments that really tested me as a person, um, because the contractor of our house did not complete the house, and he ran away with our hard-earned. Um, it was actually a loan from the bank, but still we have to pay it, so it's still hard-earned money. So yeah, yeah, those years has really tested me as a person, but they also inspired me to grow and to reinvent myself. It's not the end of the world. And so I know that I had to, with those challenges that I encountered, the restaurant not being able to prosper as I wanted to, and our dream home being halted, and it has to stop. I had to find other ways, and this is when I decided to upskill and dive into programming. I had tried building simple websites before without coding, back when I opened up a laundry shop in the Philippines, when I was still in the Philippines. And when we opened the restaurant, I was the one who created the website for the restaurant. And So it was very interesting, like learning it, like actual coding. And I decided to join Lewagon Tokyo. And because I was getting more serious with the coding, with the programming, and I know that I need real teachers, and I need to, join the school. So at 35, I joined the Wagon Tokyo. I graduated, and within just 2 months, I landed my first job as a front-end engineer here in Japan. So from nursing to English teaching, and now as a front-end engineer. So yeah, that moment really changed everything. I When I was working as an English teacher, all my contracts here and my visa is only like it's just my contract, my employment contract was only 1 year. I have to renew it every year with the company that I was working for. And and that changed when I became a software engineer because that was the first time that I was hired as a permanent employee. And I enjoyed benefits I never had before as a teacher and started using, Japanese every day at work. So my language skills improve even more, especially after living with my girlfriend, who's now my wife. So that was really, how to say it, helped my Japanese, and I'm enjoying the benefits. Like I said, like before, I don't have a holiday because those holidays are. It means I can get to have more students on holidays, and I can teach more students and can get more money. So, and I have paid holidays when I became a permanent employee, so I can enjoy those as well. And before, when I was teaching in GABA, I only had, like if I want days off, it means I'm not going to be earning. And yeah, no work, no pay. It's kind of like that. So, anyway, I continued working as a software engineer. And in 2022, we finally completed our dream home and started renting it out on Airbnb. It wasn't easy at first. I didn't know what Airbnb was about. It was a lot of trial and error and searching on the internet, watching YouTube videos, and learning along the way. But it's true what they say. You can read 1,000 books, but unless you put things into practice, you won't master anything. So it's really a trial and error. And even if you watch a lot of stuff, read a lot of stuff, if you're not going to use it, you're not going to really learn anything from it. So I handled the business for 4 years. And fast forward to 4 years later, I've managed not only one uh, property, our Tagaytay property, but also expanded to two more Airbnbs in BGC Taguig. So yeah, sometimes I still can't believe I was able to do all of this while working full time here in Japan. But of course, I would not be able to do all of those if not for my wife, and she was very supportive, and my family as well. So yeah, I don't consider myself successful yet because there is still a lot of things that I want to do. I'm actually back to school right now. I'm earning my degree as in bachelor's degree in computer science, and I wanted to learn more about programming, computer science, and dig deeper about the AI, LLM, and all this stuff. And so I'm back at school, and I'm also doing YouTube as we speak, and also managing our Airbnb. And so yeah, but my biggest goal is to launch my app, Scrub. It's a platform that connects cleaners and clients, and hopefully creates more jobs for Filipinos in the future. And yes, my ultimate dream is to reach a point where I can give back to the community, create opportunities, and make impact. Um, I know I'm not yet where I want to be, but also I'm also no longer where I used to be. And that's already a huge step forward. And one thing I really want to share is the importance of gratitude and staying positive throughout the journey. I believe so much in, the law of attraction, that what you focus on, you attract. And honestly, that's how I kept myself motivated even when life didn't go according to plan. There were so many times I was tested, moments when my plans didn't work out, when things felt unfair, or when I felt like I was falling behind. But instead of giving up, I tried to focus on the bigger picture. I reminded myself of the reasons why I started, the vision I had for myself, my wife, my family, and the future I want to build. It's so easy to get caught up in the negativity, from the other people, from failures, or even from your own doubts. But if you allow yourself to stay in that space, it drains your energy and takes away your peace. That's why I've learned it's so important to protect your peace, to stay away from negativity, from people who don't believe in you, and to surround yourself with positivity, with people and habits that lift you up. A huge part of my strength comes from my wife. She has been with me through the good and the bad, supporting me when I doubted myself, and celebrating even the smallest wins with me. I'm also grateful for my friends who always remind me that I'm not alone in this journey. People who encourage me, believe in me, and push me to keep going when I feel like giving up. Gratitude became my anchor. Every time I felt overwhelmed or discouraged, I shifted my focus to what I've already had. My wife, my family, my friends, the opportunities I've been given, the lessons I've learned, even the failures that shaped me. Because even the struggles, they're part of the blessing. They're part of who I'm becoming. And slowly I realized that the more I stayed grateful, the more doors started opening. The more I believe in the good, the more good came my way. That's the power of mindset, and that's why I keep moving forward no matter how hard things get. And if there's one thing I want you to take away from my story, it's this: never stop believing in yourself and in the life you're building. Your journey won't always go the way you planned. Sometimes doors will close, sometimes people doubt you, and sometimes even you will doubt yourself. And that's the hardest part, when you doubt yourself. But remember, every setback, every challenge is shaping you for something greater. Like the diamonds, right? How you make diamonds, or how they make diamonds. It gets under, so much pressure for it to become a diamond. So it's the same with us. We have to go through a lot of pressure, a lot of challenges, but once we overcome it, we became diamonds. So you have to just believe in yourself, stay grateful for what you already have, even the little things, your family, your friends, your health, the lessons you're learning. Gratitude turns what you have into enough. and it keeps you strong when things get tough. And protect your peace. Stay away from the negativity and surround yourself with people who lift you higher. Don't let temporary struggles blind you from the bigger picture. And most of all, just start. Whatever dream you have, whatever goal you've been putting off, take that first step. You don't have to have it all figured out right away. You'll learn along the way. You'll make mistakes, and that's okay. That's how growth happens. So believe that you're capable of more than you think, because if I can do it, from teaching English to becoming a software engineer to building Airbnbs and now creating an app to help others, then you can too. Your story might look different, but your potential is just as real. So keep going, stay positive, and never forget you're not where you used to be, and that means you're already moving forward. So yeah, that's a little about me, my journey and my life here in Japan. And now finally, the sinigang is ready. It turned out a bit thick, but super delicious and a little bit spicy. I started YouTube to share stories like this because life isn't always smooth. Trials will slow you down, challenges will come, but they also shape you into someone you'll be proud of. Before I end this video, I'd love to hear from you guys. So what's your style of cooking sinigang? Me, I put patis, and I don't add a lot of seasoning. It's just patis, the sinigang mix, and some pepper. That's it. And I want to know where you guys are watching from. If you're from the Philippines, comment your city below. And if you're curious about starting your own Airbnb business, drop your questions in the comments. I'd be very happy to answer. I'll also be offering free webinars soon to teach Airbnb hosting. And I'm currently creating an Airbnb masterclass, to help more people build their own hosting journey. So, they don't have to start from the scratch like me. So yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories about life in Japan, food, um, Airbnb tips, and life here in Japan, like traveling and stuff, and more details on like how I got my job and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested to that, um, yeah, please make sure to subscribe to this channel. And yeah, thank you for supporting. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.